Welcome back everyone, it's Ben Kazinas here from Energize to Optimize, and today I'll be discussing if your food is either building you up or if it's breaking you down. Let's get into it. So you're probably wondering, how do I know if the food is either building me up or if it's breaking me down? Well, the answer is hidden in some basic chemistry and physics, which I'll explain now. It's crucial to understand these principles because they govern your health and your life. So first we must direct our attention to the atom. The atom is basically the building block for the whole universe. The atom has a nucleus which contains neutrons, which sit at the center of the atom and act as a control center for its function. It contains positively charged protons, also located in the nucleus, and then finally the atom has electrons, which are negatively charged particles that orbit around the nucleus. Now, why is this important? This will be important when we discuss the pH of specific food groups and how the pH of food has an impact on your health and dictates if the food you are eating is either building you up or if it's breaking you down. Now, it's critical to view health and food from a perspective that incorporates the pH scale. The pH determines the acidity or the alkalinity of a solution. The pH determines whether the atoms or elements are acidic, neutral, or alkaline in nature. This is done from a scale of 0 to 14. 0 is extremely acidic. 7 is neutral, which means it's neither acidic or alkaline. And 14 is incredibly alkaline. Acids are positively charged, which means that the predominant charge within them is positive and is made up of a high proton concentration. Alkalis or alkaline substances are negatively charged and have a stronger negative electron charge than proton. Therefore, acids lack a high degree of electricity, which is a vital point when we're discussing food. We have all seen the coloured pH scale in science or chemistry class. However, have we actually thought about how pH links to food and therefore affects our body and its physiology or the way it functions? So now I'll read a table that identifies and gives a comparison of acids to alkalines. Acid elements, as we've already discussed, have a positive electrical charge. Alkalis have a negative electrical charge. Acids give you pain, they burn, irritate, and inflame cells and tissues within the body. They create heat, so your cells are literally on fire when you consume an over excess of acidic food or acidic substances. Alkalis, or bases as they're widely known, are cool, hydrating, and have an anti-inflammatory effect on cells and tissues. Acids can destroy tissues and cells. Alkalis can heal tissues. In an acidic environment or an acidic medium, nutrients become anionic, which means that they combine and coagulate. They come together. If we have an excessive acid condition or an acidosis condition in the fluids and tissues of the body, this will cause a combining or a bonding of fats such as cholesterol and minerals such as calcium or phosphorus, which then create stones and accumulate in the liver, gallbladder, and kidneys and slowly destroy these organs. In an alkaline medium, nutrients become cationic, which means to disperse or break apart. Thus, consuming alkaline-based substances or food will flush out any unwanted acids because alkalis neutralize acids and are attracted to the acid substances. Acids, or an overconsumption of acids, creates an anionic, as I was saying before, a combining state in the blood, therefore leading to the blood liquid turning into a semi-solid substance. The blood carries nutrients to cells. However, if the nutrients are clumped together because the blood cells are clumped together, then it makes it very difficult for the nutrients to enter the cells where they are vitally needed. So acid foods contain high amounts of sulfur, phosphorus, and nitrogen. Alkaline foods are high in calcium, magnesium, sodium, and potassium. These are some of the major electrolytes in the body. See how it says electrolytes? So it means that these minerals are highly electric, which is what the body needs. So now I've discussed the comparison between acids and alkalis. I'll now show you a food chart, and you can identify and we can discuss some different food groups and singular foods that fall into each side of the chemistry pH scale. So we can see on the left hand side, which is more acidic, that there are soft drinks on the very extreme. We have energy drinks, sugar, juice, alcohol. Now we come back towards the center, but this is still a very acidic point of the pH scale. So then you've got all your meats, pork, beef, black tea, bread, canned food, pastries, refined wheat pasta. Then we move along further, we have eggs, fish, soy milk, rice, specifically white rice, oats, salmon, dairy, coffee. Then we move over a bit more, we've got some peanuts, nuts. Water should be ideally in the neutral state, so it's neither acidic or too alkaline, but most water would be going over to the side of alkalinity rather than acidity. Now you can see in the alkaline section we have predominantly fruits and vegetables such as apples, grapefruit, peaches, cherries, pineapple, strawberries, avocado, green tea, celery, beetroot, blueberries, melons, and then your green vegetables on the very end, like your cucumber, your kale. You can see that the majority of plant-based foods lie on the alkaline side of the pH scale, therefore identifying their importance in your lifestyle. So 80% of the foods that you eat should lie on the alkaline side of the pH chart, and only about 20% of your food consumed should be acidic or acid forming. Now I'm not saying have no acid foods, but you really have to limit your consumption, or else the state of acidosis and inflamed tissues and cells will rise and cause you pain, discomfort, and irritation, which then leads to further complications and even dis-ease. 99.9% of diseases, and predominantly chronic diseases, are caused from an overconsumption of acid-forming foods. We see people suffering from all types of illnesses like cancer, cardiovascular disease, stroke, pneumonia, Parkinson's disease, diabetes for example. These are not actually the disease. These are a symptom of the disease. The actual disease is the acid forming foods, and therefore the mucus production that occurs because of this consumption. Now, mucus can become overproduced because its main role is to encompass toxins and wastes within the body, to then flush it out and excrete or eliminate these substances, because mucus tries to get rid of anything in the body that doesn't belong there. These high acid forming foods don't belong in our body. Excess mucus production leads to congestion. congestion and toxicity are the major determinants of disease. If we address these determinants and factors by reducing our consumption of acid and mucus forming foods and transition to a higher alkaline lifestyle, the risk factor and chance of you getting ill and coming down with these types of diseases significantly lowers. When your body is congested with these waste products and acids and excess mucus production, it's very difficult for your cells to receive the adequate nutrients like oxygen, for example, and the different vitamins, minerals, phytonutrients, sugars, amino acids that we receive through our eating habits, because the substances such as the blood have become coagulated and it can't run smoothly. The cells would not accept a coagulated group of cells because it's only very specific. Once you start to incorporate more alkaline foods into your diet, you will free up and you will disperse all that coagulation, all that stone formation, all that mucus production. This will then lead to more efficient nutrient utilization. The cells will now have nutrients and they can now function adequately because they can get nutrients to the cell and then into the cell. The blood, vessels, arteries, capillaries, as I like to call them, the nutrient highways that the blood flows through, it can now flow freely and efficiently without obstruction. I hope you guys enjoyed the video today and learnt some vital concepts that will contribute to you being able to energize and optimize your life based on alkaline and electric food sources. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact me through my social media pages or through my website. I really appreciate your time and attention today. Enjoy your afternoon. Peace.